Welcome to another exciting episode of Real Comic Book Talk. Today's episode, we're going to be doing a movie review on the 2017 Power Rangers movie. With me to do this review, my boy Al, my boy Ant, I'm Daniel. Let's get into this. Power Rangers 2017. What you think of it, sir?
Oh, me? Sorry.
Yeah, we're going to go with you first and everything.
I mean, I think it was a really good movie. Man. They did it perfectly. Found a median ground between like all the people want their superhero movies grounded, and the source material is just cheesy as all hell. So they found the middle ground. They did what the Ninja Turtles couldn't do. Find the middle ground.
Okay.
Or what the Ninja Turtles did in 1990, which is one of the greatest superhero movies of all time. I don't care what nobody else says.
Debatable.
We're having this debate later on. I think it was pretty good. I mean, it kind of reminded me of a mixture of that fan film that the director created. It was real dark and they was killing people like it was nothing.
Trying to get more realistic for you.
And the 1993 TV show.
Yeah.
It's like they mushed them together and like, hey, you got some gold. Cause they look when Zordon, the first scene, Zordon,
the opening scene.
Opening scene with Zordon. I'm like, yeah, you stole that. That was stolen. It was great, but it was still stolen.
Yeah, it was good. It was good filming right there.
And so that's my initial thoughts. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping it real for the people.
All right. Sir, what did you think of after watching the Power Rangers 2017 movie? What did you think of it?
It was just alright to me. It wasn't great. It wasn't, I mean, for the campy, like as they been telling me, you know, it's supposed to be a little campy and a little bit grounded. I understand that. But it was just alright. To me, it had some plot holes that, you know, I didn't really like.
Okay, then, plot holes. Let's see if we can get you to tell us some of those plot holes real quick. You know, me personally, I think it was definitely a must matinee movie. Yeah.
I say that to somebody too.
This
You did?
Yeah, I did. I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and let you finish.
Yeah.
No. That was pretty much what I was gonna say. It's a must matinee movie. I don't think this is one of those ones you need to be spending your time at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night watching. You
As
know,
I did.
go ahead 12 o'clock in the afternoon
As
or
he
whatever
did.
the theater first opens.
I didn't go at 10 o'clock. I didn't go at 12 o'clock.
Whenever the first showing is.
I went at 10:45 in the morning.
Go whenever the first showing is. You go check out Power
Prime time.
Rangers and everything. Go ahead and get your matinees worth of money and everything. Don't get your full price. Do not go and see this movie in
3D?
all the exaggerated IMAX and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
There's no need for that and everything. This is simply a movie to go see. Like if you're bored and don't have a whole lot to do and you just want to go, you happy to be at the
You got some
theaters
free movie passes.
and you got free. No.
You don't want to waste
You don't
it.
want to waste your free movie passes, but
Sure.
if it just so happens, no, it's free. Go see something great for free, okay?
Matinee,
But-
6 of them.
But matinee is a reasonable price, and this is a matinee style movie, in my opinion. It was good. I wasn't bored at any point because the pacing was fairly good and everything. They did hit a lot of high points where they had all the main things you need in a movie. You needed a character that will bring everybody to tears, which is an emotional character, which Billy was. You had
When he died, that was tough.
yeah, what? See, yeah,
Like, it was no remorse too. Like, yeah, I gotta kill at least one of you.
yeah. That's
Like the black guy though.
That's how they try to keep it real and everything. He was the only character. Billy was the one character that you really felt attached to compared to everybody else.
Yeah.
Zach,
He was the only one that wasn't.
you were kind of trying to figure out Zach.
They tried to make him emotional,
Yeah.
but
You were trying
You
to.
could tell he was hurt. Like,
Yeah,
his
he
mom,
was hurt.
His mom died, so I'm gonna just act out.
Yeah, that's what he did. He just
Right.
acted out. You're trying to figure out Trini. You couldn't figure.
you couldn't train her at all.
She was just like, I'm just not
was
gonna
outside.
talk to you. Yeah,
Yeah.
she was straight out.
Not everybody likes to be talked to.
Well, she wasn't
But they
just.
could have showed us. I mean, it was
good that they opened up during the part where they opened up.
because she was just there trying to run away from him. Ain't got time for y'all.
Yeah, we couldn't. Yeah, there was a reason they couldn't all connect and morph and everything
Yeah.
like that. I will give you this. How did you feel about the morphing thing? Like they were given the coins, but they couldn't morph at first, and they just had.
You had to earn.
Yeah,
right
yeah.
to work.
Yeah.
It's just better because instead of just saying it's morphin' time with a coin. I mean, like I said, they found a good medium ground between the cheesiness that they all came from, and but grounded what everybody wants in their superhero shows now. Because you gotta remember the original people who watch Power Rangers that came out in '93, like me, are adults now. We're in our 30s, and some of y'all in your 30s. People like me are closer to the 20s.
Had to rub that in.
Okay.
So that fella did right there.
So you know what I'm saying? So they found a middle ground, a meeting ground. They still gave you some of the Easter hints towards the TV show, like when they played the original TV theme song.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's it. I was in the theater with one guy, and he got up and clapped when that part came on.
It was a kid in there, the only one who clapped in Oz. I mean, he had to been like 10. So he probably watches the new Power Rangers.
Yeah, because Power Rangers they've been around for years.
Yeah, they have. And they did a lot of different incarnations of them as well.
Yeah,
The thing, the movie was surprisingly had humor in there and was funny in a not so slapstick kind of way and everything.
Some of it was forced.
Some of it was definitely slapstick and straight up like, we are going to tell you a joke. This is the joke kind of thing, instead of letting it evolve and come out naturally.
But that's how the TV show is too. So
yeah, the TV show is up there.
So like I said, they had a hard time.
Yeah,
I mean, they didn't have a hard time. They just found the perfect balance. I don't understand.
What did you think about the villain, Rita Repulsa, Godar, and her little, not necessarily her henchmen, but the putties?
Everybody has henchmen. There's just different kinds of henchmen. They call them different things.
Or different kind of henchmen. What do you think about the villains as a whole? All the villains.
She was alright. Godar, excuse me. He wasn't.
Nothing like the TV show.
Yeah, at all. I mean,
they
resembled him just a little bit. Yeah, Dad was Cabby. He was horrible in the TV show. I mean, when he first came out in the TV show, he was supposedly supposed to be badass. You know, the first episode or whatever, and he was the first villain.
Right.
He was fighting them.
But that's the only villain they never really beat either.
True, I give you that. But then after that, he became more of a comedy type of thing. But she was alright, because she was all about, hey, I need the crystal, let me get the crystal. The little henchmen, she could have just made infinite amounts of them, and at first it seemed like they could have probably beat the Power Rangers themselves.
Now they were winning. There was just so many coming at it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She could just kept making
11
them,
days
making
training.
yeah. Oh, God.
I know you hate the 11 days.
Don't get me on that.
All right, let's get into it then.
It's 11 days, 10 days, because the 11th day is when she started fighting. I mean, when she supposedly was coming back. So they had 10 days. They didn't know martial arts at first, from what we can tell.
I don't know. Jason really did slap the shit out of that bully, though.
That was funny.
That wasn't no martial arts. That was, I don't like bullying.
Exactly.
You're not about to come up in here and think you run things. You're like,
he said, you on that side, I'm on this side, and we good.
We good.
Yeah, and then especially for Billy, who was clumsy at first.
But you see, he took his training seriously.
I mean, 10 days though. 10 days to learn all that martial arts.
But if you look at the way they fighting, they weren't using that much martial arts.
I'm sorry, when they turned when they morphed, that's not something you can learn in 10 days.
But the suit gives you more ability.
It gives you more. I didn't hear him say ability. I heard him say protection.
Yeah,
it gives you protection. It's armor. That's what they said.
When Billy did his first flip in his,
he could already jump high though.
Yeah, but he said, remember he said, he's like, oh, this is so much better than
so much easier.
Yeah,
it's better and easier. It's so much easier to jump and do all that. But now, this is me personally. I don't think you could become a martial arts master in 10 days.
They were not masters.
Either way, you're not going to be able to do all the stuff I think they were doing when they were in the water and they doing.
That was a little.
They doing stuff together and all this and all that. The day before,
that was teamwork though. That was
the day before they couldn't stand each other. Now because
they did like each other the day before because remember they were.
That's what I'm saying. The day before that,
the day before they were doing the whole little fork scene where she was trying to get the last bite or whatever.
Yeah,
they were showing how their hand-eye coordination was faster. They were showing how they were stronger and everything once they got the little crystals or whatever.
It's like
everything here from what I got from it in 10 days was that
not even 10 whole days. They still went to school and stuff. So it's not like a whole. So pretty much, let's say you roughly
But they
got.
were there for hours.
activity. They were
They
there
were in there for hours.
All right, you got 5 hours a day.
My problem-
10 days. That's 50 hours worth of
The
training.
question I have though is, I don't care about the living day because when you take karate, you can learn basics in about 11. if you
So
work-
that what they were doing was considered basics.
yes,
Yes.
Nah, I don't.
it is.
I don't-
Brother, I'm telling you from experience. It's,
Well, look, I know a black belt who owns one, and I'm gonna ask him because to me personally, and to what
the
they were
flips
doing,
and stuff is not basics.
I'm just
but
saying.
that's what the suit is for.
I'm just saying.
I gave it this. They were taught certain moves, and they used those certain moves throughout the 10-day period.
And then actually, the first 3 days when he was marking off the days, they wasn't doing all that. So
So they
when-
just probably weren't just showing you everything. They didn't have.
Yeah.
It's only.
They were getting
it's
that,
a
but
It's
when-
a 2-hour movie.
They were getting
We
their
can't-
butt whipped, but they were
we
getting
can't
better.
show you.
but we don't know that.
They
They're
can't
assuming,
show
like, I'm
you
assuming.
every single thing in a 2-hour movie and stuff. But they
But
can show
my
you.
question was though,
Is the
Go ahead.
certain things they did, and which they showed you. What they did show you, they showed you again that they learned. And that's what I got from it. Here's what we're going to teach you, and here's what you're going to need to learn. And that's what he got from it, and that's what happened.
I do have a question though.
Go ahead.
They were all 3 of the Power Rangers were in detention, right?
Right.
Jason
That
was
was
in
too much.
detention for you know what? It was Saturday detention, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Saturday
yeah,
detention.
Saturday.
Yeah, so actually that's my own question there. I was gonna say how are they going after school every day
If they
they're in
in
detention, but it's only Saturday
It was
detention.
only on Saturday.
Now what school only gives you Saturday detention?
That's
Hold
particular
on.
school in the small
Yeah,
town of Angel Grove. They give you that detention, which you don't have to worry about because we don't believe that Angel Grove actually exists and everything. So,
I did when I was a kid.
Yeah.
we're adults now. There is no Angel Grove in between the mountains right there with the gold mountain and everything.
Supposed
right
to be
there.
in LA too. I don't.
Hey, that's where they want it. So how did you feel about Bryan Cranston's character as he was?
I love Bryan Cranston.
Yeah. That was a.
I thought when they hired him,
That was a play.
most people didn't know this, and I didn't know this until after they hired him, is that he did the voices for a lot of the villains on Power Rangers, like the monsters and stuff, and they actually named the Blue Ranger Billy Cranston after him. Didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Back in '93, they named it after him.
And if you guys didn't know that either, you're welcome.
But so him to come back in the movie and be that big a part, that's a big thing. But I do like how they showed he was a Ranger first.
Yeah.
And he tried to defeat Rita and all of them. And then
That was a good story, right?
Yeah,
there.
that
I was like, how
He's
did
I lost my team. I know what I'm doing.
And
I'm
he-
trying to come back.
Yeah, and all his intentions weren't good. I mean, his intentions weren't good. They were good, but he was about to make a bad decision. He was just pretty much using them
Yeah,
so he
to
could
get back.
to get back so he could defeat.
He had his focus. His focus
Yeah.
was to beat Rita
Yeah.
and save the planet. He was like, y'all teenagers, y'all not gonna be able to.
And they didn't phone it
Y'all
in.
don't know what y'all about to get into.
Yeah,
They did
which
not-
they didn't.
They did not. I like that the actors did not phone it in, because this could have been like this. Everybody would think. I would think that this was gonna be like the Ninja Turtles movie, where it was for people who grew up with it, wanted a certain way, but his kids that's watching the Ninja Turtles now wanted a certain way. So I thought the actors like, you know what? It's just really a kids movie. We're gonna phone this in, get this paycheck, and move out. But they really gave some effort.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
get
it was
you.
Even the dude that did the voice of Alpha, whose name I can't recall. I know his face.
Yeah,
And
he's on Agent of Shield, right? The fat guy.
Nah, it's not him.
It sound like him.
It was somebody else.
Oh, okay.
But I know his face. And he's not an unknown actor, so they just didn't get anybody, and he didn't phone it in. I like it because Alpha is that's a hard thing to sell. That's a hard thing to sell, especially because
he was fully committed to the cause, boy.
because when I first saw Alpha, when they release the photos, I was like, oh, this is gonna suck.
Yeah, a lot of people weren't questioning and stuff until it actually comes out in the movies and everything, and it worked very well for us. So, as you said, you liked Alpha, you like Zordon.
And
I like Zordon.
You like Zordon?
You didn't like Alpha?
Yeah.
He was alright.
I didn't know
good enough.
Alpha couldn't fight like that in the TV show though.
Nah,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
showing
yeah.
all he was doing was running around looking scared.
Yeah. Even he gave you some of that.
Yeah.
He did.
They had to update him.
But
and
I do
upgrade
like
him and
Zordon.
everything.
I like the focus that he had, and I like Rita, her focus.
Rita. I think, well, before it was kind of cheesy, real cheesy, until she actually got into that gold shot.
Yeah,
From
right.
there,
That's when she got real.
I was like,
yeah,
damn, she's jogging going hard. She's going hard. And it's like, I'm gonna tell you my plan because you're not gonna stop it.
Yeah, she was straight to it. She was bad guy style and everything.
Like I killed Rangers before.
And she used to be a ranger and everything like that
She was
too.
the Green Ranger, actually.
She-
You remember
she
in the
was
first,
the
she was
Green
green.
She was.
So
Green
that
Ranger.
tells you that, even though, and they also said his name, Tali Large.
Well, you know, Tommy, she recruited Tommy to be the Green Ranger. He was
They-
bad. so
Originally,
yeah.
originally he was
yeah,
a bad person. He was out there.
They're pretty much putting it out there with.
Oh no, they did pretty much. They said Tommy's coming.
Tommy's coming. She's in space. She'll be back down.
Yeah.
Don't worry. She'll come back in orbit. Don't you worry about
Do
that.
you think they gonna be Zed? Bringing Zed? What was the
Lord Zed?
Lord Zed?
I'm not sure.
They should.
I mean, I guess he's going to be the one to go ahead and grab her.
Yeah,
pick her
he'll
up.
save her.
He's going to scoop her up on the way to dang on Earth and everything. That'd be something
Forgot
to
about
see.
Zed.
That'd be a lot of fighting right there. Hopefully the Power Rangers got themselves together and they're really in sync then by that time. So
This is better than that other one that they did not a while ago.
Oh, you talking about the first Mighty Morphin Power
Yeah.
Rangers?
uh,
I mean, the
better.
technology is much better,
Right.
so they can do more.
yeah.
People have grown up. That one, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, was definitely for the kids.
Yeah.
Because at that time, the kids haven't grown up yet, so
Right.
you got to make it specifically. This time, you know, it's going to be adults that want to go see it, so you got to.
Well, yeah, we all wanted to go see it, and I see that a lot of kids didn't want to see it as much as we wanted to see it.
Oh, it was.
You know?
Yeah, they did.
Because that was real. It's real different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember when they first announced the Power Rangers and they showed the suits. People was like, man, how come they just don't make the same suits they had in the TV show?
Oh, no.
Like they did that already though.
Yeah.
In the first Power Rangers movie.
Yeah,
Switch it up, man.
So we like the changes that you did. Now about the Zords, real quick. What did you guys think about the Zords? Were you impressed with the new Zord?
I like how they
Yeah.
you said I'm gonna go first because you about to bring it down. I get to see it.
No.
No, I like how they describe why they're dinosaurs. Like they were dinosaurs because they took the form of the most dominant creatures on the planet at the time they were here.
Yep.
So they're like Transformers apparently.
Yeah, right. They take it.
Yeah, so, but outside of that, I mean, yeah, I do wonder since, alright, Zach, they said you couldn't use the Zords till you learn how, you couldn't really control the Zords till you learn how to morph. But how does Zach know how to control the Zord before he morphed?
Exactly. He didn't even have controls.
Yeah,
or nothing.
he kind of just ran.
It looked like.
It looked like he had two handles and he just went like that and he just
Yeah.
wouldn't stop.
He definitely hijacked it, I guess.
But then,
they needed a fun scene right there, and it was pretty obvious he was about to hijack that bad boy.
Yeah,
So
but
they
he
said, just let it happen. Let it happen.
but I do like how when they got in the Zords, when they morphed, something came out for him. Almost looked like the Matrix. The thing comes out to the back of your neck.
Oh yeah, I do like that. I did like
They
that.
plugged it to the back and pulled them in.
Yeah.
I would like to think then that they could. It's kind of reading them thoughts.
Or gave him easier control and everything, made it easier for him. Cause
That's just me believing in that to make it seem easy.
Yeah, right.
Right. Real quick, how'd you think about the Zords and everything? How'd you feel?
I mean,
Knowing that they linked up to him when they had the suits on.
I liked it. I like the Zords, and I do like that they thought of them, you know, Tyrannosaurus Rex,
Yeah.
you know, and all that, and the Stegosaurus. But my thought, and that's because I'm nitpicking, is how you could control them that good without even ever getting in them, except for Zach. Not even getting in them.
We just expanded. Literally just.
I mean, I understand, but then Billy, when she dropped him, I don't even know what I'm doing. You were just controlling them perfectly fine. Now you don't know what you're doing. I mean, so it's like you shouldn't even threw that in there if you're using your back.
Yeah.
Then don't sit up here. I don't even know what's going on. I don't know what to do. But you gotta know what you were doing.
You're thinking a little too hard about it.
No, I'm just saying.
It's a
I'm
teen
just-
movie.
really are.
I'm
It's
just
a teen
saying.
movie.
You really are.
My thought, at least if you had to train them in everything. Then I'd be like, okay, I believe that more. Then you trained them, you trained them in every aspect.
No.
Then that's what I shut up.
I understand that, and I see where you're coming from, but as they stated that you can't use the Zords unless you morph, so they couldn't train them in the Zords.
But Zach did.
But on your point, I am a little mad that they didn't communicate with them and be like, yo, now that you're in your Zords, this is what they're for. Yo, your controls are here and all that, and
Yeah,
you know,
like they
somebody,
just disappeared.
yeah,
Yeah, right. I was
joined
waiting.
on and nobody
That's
communicated
what I was waiting
with
for. I was
them.
waiting for a
I
Zordon
can
or
do that.
somebody to come
I
in
do that.
and say,
Yeah,
you
that-
can,
yeah.
you know.
So-and-so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
I
was-
was waiting when
there
they were
was,
talking and they
that.
were
They
about
did that
to
in the
die.
TV show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there was constant communication.
So when they were about to die, I was like, okay, he's about to come in and say, hold on, you can morph into one or whatever.
it has a lot
But he
of
was just
power
gone.
and stuff. Yeah,
I was like, oh.
they did have some.
Then they was like, oh,
some.
my
They
God.
missed a couple of cues and everything like
But
that.
I mean, that's just me nitpicking.
No. They need to hear this and everything.
They don't need to hear. They're fine. They're fine.
It was overall. We're about to tell you.
I
what
do
we
have
think.
one problem.
One problem. What it is?
How's the Red Ranger the only one that can make a weapon with his?
that
All the
that,
Power
good
Rangers
question.
did have a right.
They did.
that you need.
And then why did he give it
And
back?
then he gave it back. How did you even know it was there?
Yeah, when he wasn't even morphed. He gave it back,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
Ex-
Like that's almost like it's supposed to be a deleted, like they took out a deleted scene.
Yeah.
Like we'll explain this when the DVD come out.
Yeah, right.
The extended
Everybody
version.
get it.
Yeah, the extended version.
Oh, y'all gotta stop that. We need more explanation.